is so when I'm working with a model, Phi3, that's from Microsoft. Everything I'm going to ask it is within the context of what Phi3 knows. But I may have domain-specific stuff or stuff that Phi3 can't know. Right? And I think in the military, that's the situation. I'll give you an example of PC Magazine, who was here, and they said, you know what? We're getting a lot of proprietary NDA comms information from Intel, NVIDIA, AMD.
Correct.
And it's too much for any one person to go through.
Right.
And they said, could we just open the file uploader out on our secure laptop, on our network, right? And then start to query against that. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what you can do. So you've got NDA materials, proprietary materials, start asking the AI questions about that, and you're not sending that stuff out to the cloud, it's secure and it's all local. So you can continue to add documents or discreetly take documents in and out so that other documents don't pollute, the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. So so you can do all of that in AI Playground. And then over here, what we're demonstrating.
Now, real quick before we continue on to here. So the processor, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a specific type of processor. So I do have to have that processor, and I have to actually have to download the software to use on that system, that laptop, right? Or desktop.
Yeah. So these are GPU-bound workloads,
Okay.
and they are modern GPU-bound workloads.
Okay.
So these would be the latest GPUs from Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, etc. We've packaged AI Playground together so that it runs on Intel's Arc GPUs.
Okay.
Because Intel's Arc GPUs allows for that shared memory, where our traditional integrated GPUs do not.
Okay,
right?
that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
And it also has a systolic array in it, which is that kind of advanced thing for doing massive parallel compute that AI needs.
Right.
It is built into our Intel Arc GPU. Now, the others have that as well, but what we've done is we've packaged this and made it easy to run on Intel. But what you guys could do is you could take AI Playground, which is open source. Everything that's in it is permissive and 100% open. That's why we grabbed it and we stitched it together. So you could take AI Playground as a starting point and say, you know what, we're going to take this to our IT and engineers.
Right.
And we're going to add it, make more secure items, take some of the image generation out, right, and build something and use that as kind of a starting platform to build on. And there's nothing like AI Playground out there that does all of this. So it's a great place for developers and engineers to start learning about how to use AI.
Now, can you use AI Playground with the i9s?
Yeah, you can use them with the i9s, not an issue. Yeah,
Okay.
So the CPU is not really an issue with regard to generating images and using LLMs, etc.
Just have to have a strong GPU.
Strong
it's
GPU,
just
right? That's all that matters.
GPU.
Okay, cool. I did want to make sure because I understood over there he said it was integrated in the actual processor.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm sorry. Let me tell you about it. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause that's where I'm just getting a little
that's
confused.
where my answer was talking about that.
Okay.
When you add in a physical GPU.
Got it.
Can that be an i9?
Yes.
Right. Yes, that can be an i9.
Okay.
But this needs to be the latest generation over the last year or so. So
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha,
you would,
brother.
You would
Okay.
need to do if you're focused on laptops, you would need to do a refresh in order to get the Arc GPU.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we can move on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
now we've got professional workflows. So there's a tool out there called Comfy UI. And Comfy UI is this engine for creating very specific AI workflows. So if the equivalent within the gaming industry would be Unreal Engine or Unity. Right,
okay.
where you stitch together things and then you can create something amazing. So Comfy UI is now an optional part integrated into AI Playground, which allows us to have either us or the community, anybody can do it, create a very specific professional workflow and then expose it inside AI Playground for anybody else to use. So what we've got here is, this is an example of one. So this is like a CAD or simple design to photo framework. So I'm going to select a different building here. So imagine this is a wireframe or sketch of a building that I'm working on with a client. I've described information about that building, and now I'm going to go ahead and click generate.
See, this would be great for our DPW section, our Department of Public Works.
Yeah.
This would be great for them.
Yeah, so there we go. Now I've got a really quick image that's created, and I can take that in front of my client. And before I move into the next part of the workflow, which gets into material design and all that, we can review how these things might look in the real world. And so it starts to become a professional aid. And I think this is what you were saying before. Let's not be terribly afraid of AI. Let's find ways that it can assist us
Exactly.
in these things. So that's what it's able to do. And there are more professional workflows that were added. But the bottom line is everything's run locally. After you download AI Playground and you download the models, everything's local, completely private, in your control. Everything you own and manage that data as you're using it. Nothing's going back off to the cloud. Nothing's going to Intel. It's
Okay.
all within your environment. If your environment is not secure, then it's not secure.
Well, exactly. That's on us, not on you, not on the Hyperspace system. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's great. This is something I think that we can definitely be using in our MCOM section, and especially with our different directorates that we have within MCOM. So yeah, definitely.
So let me get your contact